right, so I just wanted to have Chris bring his four-wheeler in here because he's finished with his phase one now as well. So now we have both machines. And then at the end of our phase one, before our phase two. So what did you do on this machine? I know you already kind of have a video, but not everything was on the video. So what exactly did you do?
Right, so we'll be going into phase two. It's already done, but the video, we haven't come out with a video for it yet. But obviously the ride relocation kit, that's new. I got the front bumper on it now. I got that with the four-wheeler. I just had to touch it up a little bit to make it look a little bit better. Still a little dinged up.
Come on, Ryan. Well, I already talked about the rad relocation kit on this.
Yeah, that looks nice. You know, see, that's the thing.
See, I like this one.
Yes, that's exactly it. I like that one. It sits back. It's nice and low.
Nice and low profile.
I mean, it's below your instrument cluster and everything. Like it really doesn't stick out. It doesn't stand out. It's not a huge thing, and it helps.
And the best part about this thing too, I gotta say, it went in so easily because all the hoses are like pre-bent and everything. This is the factory Can-Am one that they put on the first gen XMRs. So obviously the install went really smooth, and as you can see, like it looks really nice. Like
yeah, that's cool.
Profile. But so yeah, that's the bumper.
See, if mine was like that, I would like it too. All right.
I know.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, of course not.
Probably most obviously we got the tires. So these are the wheels and tires off of the Polaris actually. So I never did a video showing the Polaris getting these wheels, but this is kind of going to be the final product for the Polaris with the Mega Mayhems, and these are 12-inch Tusk Cascade wheels for the 3 offset.
They look familiar.
Oh yeah,
they look familiar. I think I have those in my Razor actually.
Yeah, no, don't look that way.
Not yeah, exactly. Except the 14-inch model. That's all I have. Yeah.
And so to get these bad boys on this thing, I had to get. You can't really see them, but back there they're spacer adapters to go from the obviously the Can-Am wheel pattern to the Polaris wheel pattern. So the Polaris, one of them is 156, the other one is like one.
Yes, so the Can-Am is 4x137, I believe, and the Polaris is 4x156.
Yeah.
So that we had to get adapters to go from one to the other. So with those obviously being on there between the 1.25-inch spacer that they are and the 4.3 offset, really wide the stand.
Really? I mean, it's like, I think my truck is less wide than that thing is. Holy cow. I mean, look at the difference between mine.
Yeah.
I mean, mine and yours. I mean, you're going to leave like a card track out there. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's great.
Holy cow. All right. Well, hey, you have your tires on there at least. That's
Just
cool.
wait till the next phases. Keep going. This is going to be something.
You have quite the gap here, though. I mean, there's a lot of mud that's going to be kicked up. That's like mine.
Something right there. That's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
But, I had to trim back the wheel well here just to fit 28s on it. So you can kind of see I tried to make it look as nice as I could. So this is where the OEM came down. Obviously it wouldn't have cleared, so I kind of angled it a little bit. And
so you cut it in that far?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I cut that much out of it.
Just to get 28s on there?
Just for 28s. Wow. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I see why people put those really short floorboards on, because you can't fit anything bigger than 28 on their stock, or you have to extend the trailing arm.
Right, yeah, and pull it back, yeah.
Incredibly expensive.
That's that. I looked at that one. For mine, it was like $700 for the trailing arms, and I think you gain it's like 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches, yeah.
1.5 inches that you gain.
2 inches on some.
Yeah, 1.5 inches to 2 inch. Yeah, pretty cool.
Crazy.
Anything back here?
Actually, so I forgot to mention too. I got all new shocks and springs. Nothing fancy. Like we don't have any Fox shocks or anything, so I'm a little jealous. But I did go to EPI. And I got 25% stiffer springs, which hurts the ride, but it makes it so it doesn't sag too much. The new shocks feel good. They're also OEM, so nothing crazy. We kind of went the cheaper route there. I think that was a better way to go.
The way to go, yeah.
I'm gonna save our money for other things.
Yeah. Phase 2?
Yes, well, this is kind of phase 2.
What's phase 2? What are you talking about?
This
phase 1.
Did phase 1. My phase 1 video is already out.
Well, so this is like phase 1.5 kind of then.
Yes, phase
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
call it.
exactly.
Because phase 2 is not totally done. What else? Oh, the heat shield. So that you don't burn your leg if you ever ride it.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
ever
because
ride it again.
I burned my
We got
legs
that
too.
nice OEM heat shield on there. Was able to actually get the OEM one, brand new, which was nice.
So I just have to say something. So did you use SC1 on here?
Yeah.
You know you have to like wipe it down, right? Not just spray it on.
Spray
Oh my gosh, you're like the guy that I bought this thing from. You have to wipe it down. You can't. It's like wax. You have to wipe it down.
It specifically says on it to, something about mud, don't wipe it down. So that's what we did.
And then you touch it, and it's like you touch baby oil. It's terrible.
It's perfect.
Oh
This
my
has to
gosh.
stay so clean.
All right. What else do you have?
What else? Oh, of course, we got our Handguards too. I got mine.
Oh yeah, you
Nice
copied
Handguards,
mine, huh?
Of course. I gotta say, these are pretty nice.
Oh, you know what? I didn't notice. I just noticed it now. You got rid of that big plastic piece that
I
goes
had
the whole way.
The single piece, and it's
Yeah.
now gone. The nicest part about these, my favorite part about them, is that this is one piece aluminum all the way around. And like if a big branch or something hits that, it's literally not going to do anything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Compared to the old ones that are just kind of floppy on that end, and if something, which is what happened, and it just snapped the other one right off.
The ones on the Polaris.
So, well, I
The ones
guess
on the Polaris.
too, but also the ones that came stock on this.
Oh,
they
okay.
were just flopping
Gotcha.
around.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about the Polaris ones that weren't that good. I got
Don't
you.
be hating on the 450.
I'm not hating on the 450. I'm just, I'm just clarifying. That's all. So the Can-Am ones are better because of
These are really nice.
this is aluminum that goes with the same ones
Yeah.
that are on mine. Yeah, they're just aluminum that go. You just take the plug out over here. You loosen up the screw, take out the plug, pop it in over here, and then there's a bracket that just attaches on this side, and you have it all set up, and you just screw the plastic on the front, and you're good to go. I think I did it.
pretty nice.
I think in this video, I have when I put my handguards on. So,
you do?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't figure it
So you did the same thing. That's nice.
out. Same thing. Same twinsies.
You didn't try to get green to match your A-arms down below? That neon green?
They're not neon green anymore.
Oh, you painted them.
They got black paint on them.
Oh, you paint. I can see a little green right there, though.
Yeah, it's
Look at
probably
it.
Never, be going
Yeah,
now,
huh?
but
Thought so.
I can't find new A-arms anywhere. I can get the stock replacement ones, but I want to get arched A-arms. Can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. But what else? I do have coming actually that plastic. Our belt box cover here, since this belt box cover is all warped and not gonna hold water out. I got the new back of it. Well, let me start that over. Since this is all warped, this stock one here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can literally fit my finger in the gap there. So I got a new belt box cover coming. The whole assembly, actually. Whole thing, so I can seal this thing up and actually run it in the mud.
So the difference between, let's go over this. So the difference between Gen 1, basically, right, is that there's just 6 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and then there's 3 on the bottom.
Yes.
And there's a huge space in between them, and it allows for warping, just like you had on the valve heads.
covers, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was terrible. But on the Gen 2 has the new, was it 13?
Yeah, 13 volt.
And you see it a lot closer. They're not 8 inches apart. They're more like 4 inches apart, and you have them going all the way around. So that makes it so that plastic doesn't warp so much, and it doesn't warp. It seals better, and there's no water that's going to get inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously, it still needs to be snorkeled, and I'm still going to mess with the clutching a little bit more. Mess with the spring and a couple other things, try and get it set up for the 28-inch tires. After that and the snorkels, we should be ready to play in the mud.
So let me ask you. So we talked about the snorkels on mine, and the snorkels is just the XMR that would come up through the plastic, and it's just this plastic deal. How are the snorkels on this one?
On this one,
Did you look at
so they go right between the rad relocation kit and this piece here. They literally, it's three pipes, and they just come right together, 1, 2, 3, kind of in the center. I don't think they're up too high. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. So
not
can
too
you
bad looking.
can you choose how high to put them and all that? I mean, you're gonna be one of those guys that has a snorkel that's up to like, you know.
Send it right.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of those, and you're gonna bury this thing in 6 feet of water or what?
No. So because I'm actually going with, I'm purchasing a kit this time as opposed to making them myself. They're just the standard is snorkel, SYA, and they're
SYA.
standard length. They're nothing crazy. I want to say they probably come up to about here.
Okay.
So nothing crazy. You can't. I don't think you can get risers for them or anything. They're kind of just the set length that they are, and that's it.
Okay. That's cool. I know one thing you need.
Mm-hmm. That's probably the main thing to be able to go in the mud.
New shift knob. Look at that. I mean, come on. It's got to say Can-Am on that thing. What is that all about? So, you know, we both went riding then, just recently. Like I said, like last week.
Yeah, we didn't do any video on it, but
We didn't do any video on it. Apologize for that, but we just wanted to kind of get out. It was a last minute thing, and we just needed to get out and go riding and try out these two machines because, well, yours has already been on the trail the one time at OAA. Yep. Mine had not been out at all, and I really kind of wanted to get mine out, and at least on a trail that I was familiar with, so I can, you know, I know it a little bit better, and we're not too far away from the parking lot for the most part, most of the day, and in case something happened, it wasn't a long ride back. So, you know, again, happy to say that everything went great, but
no issues.
yeah, no issues. But how did you like yours with the new? So you had the new springs on yours, the new shocks, and all, you know.
So honestly, like the ride, as far as riding on the trails, it rides pretty rough, but I'm kind of gonna build this thing more for the mud again anyway. A little mix of both, but more specifically for the mud. So I'm not terribly worried about how it rides on the trails. And on top of that though too, riding at Lost Trails is pretty much quite a bit more rocky than other trails.
That's very true.
So that being part of it also, if we can ride on some smoother trails, doesn't have to be like, you know, crazy smooth, not talking pavement or anything, but more than just rocks everywhere.
Yeah, I got
That
you.
would probably go ahead.
So you're talking about the mud, and you're talking about making this into a mud build again. So I'm just curious, are we ever going to see the 450 again on video? You ever going to have it out?
Yes, we are.
You are.
It's coming out next.
Yeah,
It's coming out next.
I kind of doubt it. I'm really doubting it. Nothing against Polaris, nothing against but I just, you know, you have the 800, and you're going to bring the 450 out for.
So the thing is though, this isn't ready yet. I'm still waiting on parts. I'm still, you know, I still gotta save up for some parts. So this thing is kind of gonna be out of service, out of commission for a little bit. And in that, meanwhile, 450 is ready.
You're waiting in the wings, right?
That's it. All cleaned up and ready to
And
go.
so on that one, you have the 29.5-inch Outlaws.
Yes, 29.5-inch Outlaw 1, yeah, the first gen of those. And I haven't tried them out yet, so I really want to actually try them out and see how it does, see how the 450 handles it. Like I said, these wheels and tires though are pretty much going to be it for the 450. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this one yet, but I really like the 450 on the Mega Mayhems, and the 12-inch aluminum wheels look really good on it. So that's kind of going to be the setup for that. I just put them on here to get it off the little 24-inch tires it came with, so it looks a lot better now. And
So I have another question then, because I'm really curious. So this four, like we're talking about, this four was really wide, and the issue on your 450 was that the wider it got, the harder it was to steer. So did you, like, you haven't really ridden it that much, but do you notice that there's an issue with steering?
this one, honestly, not as much. These tires weren't terrible to steer. The 29.5s are pretty rough to steer in the 450.
I think Bree would attest that it was very difficult to steer.
It's harder to steer than stock, but
you know they sell power steering kits.
yeah. We're gonna use our money elsewhere.
Yeah. So it's really So it's not as difficult as the 450 to
It's
steer?
really not bad. Like, I mean, one hand I can really kind of sling it all around pretty good here.
Yeah.
Of course, on the trail it's gonna be different. So I mean, who knows?
Right. I mean, once you're moving and everything. But I just wondered because I happened to think about it and what the whole deal was. Because you know. But I don't know. But anyway,
Is it? I mean, those are still 27s.
these are still
You're
27s.
not far. These are only 28s.
No,
so
I mean,
it's not a huge difference.
Yeah, the thing about these is so the tread on these, obviously they're
I gotta be aggressive. Tread.
inch and whatever it is, but you know, you only sit on a couple of these on the ground at a time, as opposed to me sitting on maybe a little bit more of a tread pattern on.
Which is why sitting here, yeah, I can like really
it's pretty easy
move
to
it
travel.
around easy. But yeah, on the trail, I mean, we'll have to see. Like I said, it shouldn't be too much worse.
I'd be curious to see if we could do a donut with it too. Would it be so wide? I'm just saying.
I didn't really try doing any donuts with it with the other tires on.
We did a little bit. We just went down the.
I mean, kind of, but not really. Kind of, but not really.
Well, anyway,
she'll still do a wheelie.
yeah. I still have to do that. I have not done it. I'm just, with all the plastics. Well, I did all the plastics, and I really don't want to like goose it and scratch everything. Let's just flip right over or something. Like, not the plastic.
There go my new plastics.
I was yelling as it was in the trails. I'm like, no, don't scratch the tree, don't scratch it. You know, it's terrible. I can't imagine somebody who spent like, let's talk about this for a second then.
Oh boy.
So the Renegade,
He's going
right?
there.
The Renegade 1000, 2014, but whatever. 1000. How much, this four-wheeler right now is running for how much? Not the XMR, just a regular one.
Regular one, I think they start at like, what, 13,000?
13?
I think it's around there, yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
and
I'm not
even
even
before taxes and dealership fees and all that other stuff.
keys
so.
and everything else, whatever you might want with the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mean, it only comes with 25-inch tires.
It might come at 26s.
Maybe 26s?
But, you know,
Okay.
Yeah, still.
But still, if you want bigger tires, you have to do that. We talked about this the other day. The things, the modifications you still have to do on a four-wheeler, even when you have it totally brand spanking new from, from Polaris or from Can-Am, right from the showroom. There's still things that you want to do. Tires, exhaust.
The exhaust.
Yeah, the exhaust is a big one. Tires are a big one. They're both. I mean, right there is like $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Right off the bat.
there. Literally $2,000 right off the bat.
And then if you want to do a Radiator relocation, because not even XMR has that. They have the snorkels.
Well, the Renegade doesn't, but the Outlander does.
Oh, it does have a for the XMR?
That comes with that already, and the small snorkel kit. But on top of like the regular snorkels that the Outlander comes with, most people opt for getting the snorkel risers. So it's an additional cost right there.
So you're still paying for that, yeah.
Yeah, so you're paying for that.
Yeah.
You're paying for it half the time. Everyone changes tires again anyway, and the exhaust, and they get the tuners, and they get
the tuners. Yeah. So there's a lot of money you can dump it. So you have $13,000. You maybe walking out a door, you're more around 14 to taxes and stuff, maybe 15.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you're doing at least a couple grand right off the bat. Maybe you want a winch on it, all that. So you're very easily.
Oh yeah. Adding
Very easily, you could be at $18,000 for a brand new machine for the 1000. Okay. So this, as of right now, I'll be honest and say I'm not even at half of that cost.
Yeah, exactly.
And this machine is, I mean, it's still 1000. It is, still an awesome machine. It's got some mileage on it and some hours on it, but for a little bit of work that you have to do with it. There's a little bit that I had to do on it from getting it, okay? Like the guy really didn't want it. It was all banged up, needed tires, this and that. I mean, you look at it, it's basically a brand new machine.
Basically.
I mean, it really is.
And half the thing, like, you didn't really need to get the plastics or anything else. You just wanted to make it look, it was all faded, it was cracked up. But if you don't bother with any of that, that saves a bunch of money right there, too.
Yeah, I really didn't have to do any of that. So, I mean, that was a big thing. The radiator I had to do, the muffler I had to do, but other than that, I feel like I have a brand new machine, honestly, and it's not even half the cost of what it would have been. So, I'm really, because the exhaust is a really good exhaust, the Two Brothers Racing, which they don't make anymore for ATVs. I don't know what that's all about, but
yeah, it'll happen there.
So really, it's only the tires. I have the rims, which is great, so it's halfway there. So it's just a matter of getting tires that I want which might be, I don't know.
You could try out my adapters and put the Moto Havocs on there.
Yeah,
That
that's
would be
true.
like-
Yeah, see how that is.
Kinda
So Moto Havocs, it could be the Assassinators. Could be the Black Mambas. Could be the Outlander 2.
They're the Outlaw.
Or not Outlander, Outlaw 2. Yeah, Outlaw.
I like the looks of the Outlaws. Like they got just the way they look is just really cool.
The first or the second, or just in
I mean,
general?
to me, they both look the same. I
Yeah.
don't know what the actual difference is between the two.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so I guess stay tuned, right, for future upgrades to both of these machines,
and of course, riding in the mud.
and some riding in the mud videos and riding in general videos. Hopefully, we'll get out here soon in the next. Hopefully, October will be a good month to go out riding. Hopefully, we'll have some time.
Hopefully.
And
And the 450 will make another appearance for sure.
sure, sure thing.
I'm gonna have to purposely like take stuff off of this and not have it together.
Put it on blocks in the garage. I can't take it out.
I literally can't. So
Yeah.
I gotta bring the 450.
Just don't touch the foiler because you're gonna slide right off. No big deal. All right.
This is sometimes-
You must have gone through like a can of this stuff, sprayed it off.
Not yet. Believe it or not yet. I thought I would have for sure, but I'm like, oh no,
You're unreal.
I got half a can left at least.
See, I did mine.
Yeah, you actually went
I actually wiped it off. Yeah. So it's just, you're like the dude that I bought the spray from. Anyway, so stay tuned for future episodes, future riding videos, modifications, and we'll see what we can do with these Can-Ams. Until then, thanks for watching.